Let's take it on to other markets now. Let's see what's playing out in the crypto space. There we're seeing, the global financial crime watchdog are calling for action on crypto risk. There, that's Fatf, a global financial crime watchdog. They're saying that countries need to take stronger action to combat illicit finance in crypto assets, warning that gaps in regulation could have global repercussions there. And then we see tokenized asset markets have surged about $24 billion, while Hong Kong has released a policy framework to establish itself as a global crypto hub there. And a noticeable shift is happening in the social sentiment towards major cryptocurrencies. You know, at this point, we're seeing fresh data from the analytics firm Sentiment shows that while optimism around Bitcoin and Ethereum has recently cooled, bullish commentary for XRP that has surged right now. Let's bring in Gilbert Jokwatanah now. He's the lead at the Smart Investor Lodge. Great to have you on the show, Gilbert.
Yeah, it's a pleasure, Mr. Ladi. Great to be here.
Right, and talking about data, we see so much data today. Another one shows that Bitcoin long-term holders are stacking 800,000 Bitcoins per month, the highest accumulation rate in history. What's happening?
Smart money is back. You know, over 800,000 Bitcoin every month is the highest accumulation rate we've seen in Bitcoin entire history. And this isn't just bullish, it's also historical. And it also tells us where the big money believe the future of finance is headed. And also, it's kind of showing us the overall market sentiment and also an early bull circle breakout signal. You know, the long-term holders are always people who have held their Bitcoin from 155 days or more. And generally, these people have always showed over this period of time that they're always less likely to sell during market volatility. And so this is an early indicator of a coming bull breakout loading. If you look at the chunk, they are swallowing in the market. But then there are two other bullish news that correlates with this. One is the Satoshi era. Those guys we always call the OG miners. They have only sold just 150 Bitcoin this year, which is a sharp decline from the nearly 10,000 Bitcoin that was sold last year. So these early miners are not just holding, they're also increasing their position and rather even adding to their position instead of selling. The second news is this which just came out, you know, I think some few hours ago, which is Bitcoin flipped Google to become the 6th largest asset by market cap. So this level of accumulation is actually showing us an extreme confidence in the market because these guys are not just buying to trade, they are buying to hold into the next major price breakout that the market will make.
So, you know, definitely that's quite interesting. 800,000 Bitcoins being stacked per month. Who's accumulating altcoins at this point? Or nobody cares about altcoins, it's just about Bitcoin?
Okay, you know, I think one thing is that many retail investors are coming into the market or still staying in the market with old, different narrative. So what we've been experiencing this time around is something which is more like a selective all season or a niche-based all season. So we've seen where meme-coin had a fair share of their rally. We've seen where real-world assets, you know, tokenized asset had a fair share. But this time around, if you look at what's happening with which is developers in Ethereum, when you look at where some institutions are also buying, there are a lot of all-time high hitting in Ethereum, not in terms of price, more like people building, developers who are learning the language to build on Ethereum. So I think that we are going to have this next phase, we are going to have something that is more like a utility-based all season. I don't think we are going to have that kind of everything moves in the market anymore. And so we are not just having people like the typical whales and OG buying, typically. There's something that is called liquidity flow. Why I may not expect BlackRock to buy much of this alt except maybe they are ETF based. We have sovereign wealth fund, we have high net worth individuals, we have family offices which are building positions in silence, and this means a lot to retail investors because they should understand that this phase is more like a quiet accumulation phase. And the time this kind of news hit the headlines again, entry price could have even 2x from here. This is not financial advice, but it's actually the market giving us a signal that something big is loading up. So, every bull market is always built in the shadows of extreme fear and also shadows of accumulation. And right now, these shadows are showing us that smart money are accumulating harder, than ever before. So every retail investor will know what he's doing in the market. We aren't just watching; we are picking clues and also doing the same.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Gilbert Jokpata is the lead at Smart Investor Lodge, telling us what smart investors are doing. Thank you so much.